It's morphin' time!
Pterodactyl!
Hi there, this is Doctor with Rangers of Wrestling, bringing your Impact Wrestling September 23rd, 2021 review. Alright, so basically Impact kicked off with Scott and Moore saying that Josh Alexander chose to invoke Option C. So he asked Josh to come out to the ring and tells him that he's known Alexander a long time, but he must relinquish the title if he wants to challenge Christian Cage. So, Josh Alexander says that 6 years ago, he was laying in a hospital bed, wondering if he would ever wrestle again, and that he wants to be the face of the company. And then Christian Cage comes out and basically says that he scratched and crawled his way to the top and isn't going to lay down for Josh and is here to stay champion. If you ask me, I think Josh Alexander is going to become champion at Bound for Glory. So he says, so basically Christian tells Alexander he's going to walk out empty-handed. Then all of a sudden, they're interrupted by Ace Austin, who says he came close to being the youngest champion in history. Ace Austin says that Josh Alexander is obsessed with him and is disappointed that Alexander is simply handing the title over, telling Alexander that he needs to be a proud champion. And then Mad Fullerton and Ace Austin attack Josh Alexander and Christian Cage. All right. So then after that, we get a backstage segment with Swann and Willie Mack. Basically, Rich Swann says he's going to enter the Collier Shot Gauntlet and says he's going to plan to challenge for the title, I think the X Division title, and become champion again. And then Mayer says he plans to enter as well. Zambio thinks that he's going to enter and challenge for the tag titles, but Mayers interrupts him and says that that's not the case. He's going to challenge for the Impact title if he wins. And then Swann challenges him to a tag match. So I thought that segment was interesting. I would think that Rich Swann and Willie Mack would want to challenge for the titles again, but I guess not. See where this is going. I'm liking the build to Bound for Glory. Then afterwards, we had Hikuleo versus David Finlay. This was a good match. Hikuleo showing his strength against Dave Finlay. Dave Finlay actually wins this title match. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, so Dave Finlay wins the match. And then Finjuice attacks both Hikuleo and Chris Bay. But who comes out to help Hikuleo and Chris Bay? None other than El Fantasmo, who has appeared on Impact before and has had a banger match against Josh Alexander. I absolutely liked that. I like El Fantasmo, so I'm really excited that he's back. Then we get a backstage segment with Violent by Design, basically saying, Eric Young saying that Rhino was and is a part of something special, and that what they did to him last week could be considered an exodus and could mean that they're going their separate ways. And to the outside world, it seems like it is an exodus, but it may not be. And that violence is its only destination and it's the only thing. And says that Rhino needs to learn to repent and learn from these mistakes. And he could be better, he could be stronger, and he could be the war machine. And then when he joins something like Violent by Design, it's forever, it's not a fad. And ask Rhino to think about his actions and how they and why they attack. I guess they attacked him. I'm not sure. I didn't watch Impact last week, unfortunately. So I guess they attacked him. Can somebody let me know in the chat if they attacked him? Oh my God, so many distractions. I apologize for all of that. So then we have Rohit Raju versus Chelsea Green. I'm actually digging this intergender wrestling that Impact is doing. Rohit Raju actually was victorious. I honestly thought for a brief second Chelsea Green was going to win, but no. Rahash Singh comes out and attacks Mack, allows Rohit Raju to pick up the win. So I wonder if that means it was an all right match. What was an all right match, Steve? So I wonder what means if this with this pairing, with Shira out of action, so this might be a new pairing, I guess. Brian, and then we had Brian. Oh, intergender. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense that you would think that. All right, then we had Brian Myers and VSK versus Rich Swann and Willie Mack, and this was actually a really good match. I liked this match. VSK really impressed me. It's not the first time I see him wrestle on Impact. I definitely want to see a one-on-one match between him and Rich Swann. I think that's happened though. Has it happened? I can't recall. If it did, I cannot recall at this moment. If it hasn't, I definitely would like to see that. And Willie Mack and Rich Swann pick up the win because Sam Beal accidentally pushed Rich Swann on top of VSK. I know he meant to help, but he inadvertently cost his team the match. After this, we get a Mickie James segment. Basically says that it's always good to be back in the land of hardcore country. And she wanted to highlight the knockouts and, of course, the knockouts champion. And she calls out Deonna. And Deonna basically says that how dare Mickie utter her name after that vicious assault on her. And Mickie says she sees right through Deonna. And Deonna says she shows Mickie nothing and that she just wants to be relevant again. And that she never idolized Mickie James and doesn't want to wrestle her. And then they break out into blows, and then Scott D'Amore comes out and says that Mickie was a pillar of impact and she gets to whatever match she wants. So at Bound for Glory, it's going to be Deonna Purrazzo versus Mickie James for the Knockouts title. I'm actually pretty excited for that match. It's been building, so I'm really hoping I can buy tickets to Bound for Glory and end up going because that match is going to be fantastic. And then we had Josh Alexander versus Ace Austin. What can I say about this match? This match was great. Josh Alexander never disappoints. Ace Austin is good in his own right. I really like this match. The 4 German suplexes to Ace Austin was amazing. But what happens at the end of the match? Mad Fulton and attacks Josh Alexander. Christian Cage comes out. Ace Austin and Mad Fulton are beating down on Christian Cage and Josh Alexander. And who comes out? None other than the fallen, injured Christopher Daniels. Yes, that's right. Christopher Daniels returns to Impact, I believe, for the first time in 7 years. And next week, he's going to wrestle Mad Fulton in his first match in 7 years. Holy cow. How exciting is that? I'm actually really excited. I cannot wait. And if I had to rate tonight's show, I'd give it... Actually, tonight's show was pretty good. It was actually pretty good and pretty entertaining. If I had to rate it, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 just for a little bit, just because of the intergender match. But aside from that, banger of a show. I liked it. I'm excited for, hopefully I can get tickets to Bound for Glory. If I do, I definitely will let you guys know, because then I'll be able to return to Las Vegas. All right. I definitely would like to know your guys' opinions on tonight's show. What did you guys think? Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Did you guys have a favorite part of the show? Well, with that being said, I guess this concludes the review. Steve Callahan says 4 out of 5, 7 out of 10. Yeah, that's an acceptable rating for tonight's show. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you guys all so much for the continued support. I really appreciate all of you guys for continuing to watching all of my live streams. The support means so much. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live. Bye.